And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio Space Age. We're building this thing up in preparation for it to fly. At the moment, the biggest problem here is this has to receive all the ammunition from the ground. And doesn't have a sushi build effect on it. So, yeah, we're probably going to have bullet issues. We basically need to build up a pretty large stockpile on this ship. Sort of the hard way to get enough bullets so it can fly. Whiskers is flying. You're out waiting for cryogenics on the planet. Oh, I think that's slowing down because we're actually starting to run low on cryogenic plant or cryogenic beakers. Yeah. And because of how actually no. Not just because we're starting to run low on cryogenic plants. We're out. We are officially out. That is paused for further consideration because we don't have any cryogenics until the cryogenics arrive. To sneak something else in while we're waiting. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do that. In which case, probably want to grab something mining. Slap that on. Let there be science. Wait, we're at Aquilo until we get 1,000 on this rocket. So we're waiting for Aquilo to make its thing. Aquilo's running a little bit slow because of the water issues. Although apparently it isn't running slow anymore because of the water issues. It used to run slow because of the water issues. I think maybe still is running slow because of the water issues. Oh, well, we have an accumulator. Depending on what's going on, the accumulator is handling some of the load. You're waiting on ice, so yeah, we need more ice. We got plenty of crude oil, so I could definitely make more solid fuel as a heat sink, or as an ammonia sink, assuming that's the thing that's backed up. It does look like it's the thing backed up. Or maybe I could just turn... Well, turning up the speed... Wait. Oh, we're running it as fast as the thing burns. Okay. Yeah, we're running it as fast as the cryo plant burns it. Okay. So that's not a quickly great sink ammonia then. If we're planning on running fusion, that would be a good way to consume a bunch of ammonia, but we're not planning on running fusion. Steps thing makes hot. Okay, this thing's at least not consuming. It's just heats it, makes it, cools it. Heats it, makes it, cools it. Or is the cooling recipe negative? Nope, cooling recipe is stable. Yeah, so it just heats and makes it cool. So I suppose we could set up a fusion reactor. In fact, that might be the good workaround here for not needing to consume water, power-wise. And swap over to fusion reactors. Or swap over to a fusion reactor. Though even in the short run, I'll eat some of you. That's lithium plate. Where do we have? We have lithium plate there. We have aluminum coming off there. Aluminum, lithium, and ammonia. The ammonia is actually going to be the hard bit because we don't have ammonia really plumbed in a way. Well, the ammonia is all networked up. In a way, that's a complicating factor of its own. I'm trying to look around to see how I would get it out of the spaghetti to get it over here. Because I'm not too opposed to flying the polonium. That makes a lot of sense. Because we're already, to some degree, I think, flying it, yeah. Just how do I want to get the ammonia over there? Along here, maybe? Oh, and what do we make that in? Make that in a cryogenic plant. Okay, so we need to fit a cryogenic plant. Say there. Okay. Then we need to get some heat out to make this work. We already have heat over here. some heat over there. 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 And run it up from there. And that should be plumbed in. That should provide another ammonia sink. The cost of aluminum plates, but I think that's fine. Anyway, I may probably not going to build one, but we could start contemplating trying to actually build one fusion reactor and some fusion generators to run off of it. To make power. Why is this cryo plant not showing up? Because we've got them in the network, I believe. Yeah, it should be in the network. Why? We're gonna delete and replace. Wait, the pipes make sense, but the cryo plant doesn't. The cryo plant we've got in a wrong type chest. That would do it. Okay, we're sitting in orbit. Pick the thing up yet? No, we're almost there. We'll hang around until we pick it up, and then we'll go get the underground pipe to make the other stuff work. Waiting for you to collect a bunch of bullets, and that's basically what we're waiting for. How's novice launch capacity looking? We're out of that. What's that? That's rocket fuel. Why? All things to be short on, it's the rocket fuel, apparently. Okay. We can speed that up by just doing that. That might kick the problem over to the next problem source, but short term that'll work. Almost. Okay, you're waiting on money, which is waiting on the migrants. Yeah, okay. In the meantime, do I have a good place to stick a storage tank? That looks like a reasonable one. That puts more money in the network. Allows us to make more ice. Gains more power, which solves all the problems temporarily. Okay. More of those, and we'll have the launch, and then we'll head back to Novice to pick up underground pipe. we got enough uranium fuel. Waiting on piercing rounds and or, well, at least the laser turrets come up. Laser turrets, I think we might be able to make the dash safely over to Vulcanus where we have more available launch capacity, I believe. For how long, that's a different question, but definitely get over there and do some launching. There it goes. So the bots on Aquilo get very busy. Okay, waiting for this little rocket to fill up. And we can get back to working on more productive science than mining productivity. So we do have the mining productivity going along at a nice, complete an hour. We're not going to probably finish the mining productivity. We're going to give it a break as soon as the cryogenic arrives. Swap back to what we were working on before. Nope, and we're out of power. Of course we are. Literally have as much power as we have water sometimes, okay. So is this a convenient way to get these connected? Convenient? No. Plausible? Yes. Okay, so once this underground's in, we'll just realize it's not going to come in anytime soon because we've got an underground shortage. That will mean that these will share steam and we'll have a lot more power when there's a water shortage. In the meantime, I think the launch went ahead, yes. Okay, we need to go back to Novice, please. This one here is still waiting mainly for bullets, because it needs bullets, 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 more bullets to defend itself. For the turbo Volcanus, where I think we're going to try to upgrade it. Not 100% sure how I want to go about doing that upgrade. Whether I want to move the engine portion back or the front portion forward. Leaning towards the front portion forward. Okay, presumably the carbon got offloaded at some point. Yeah. Put these away. Obviously not on the belt going around. Planet, we don't need you. You. Just get off. Flip some inventory that way. More bullets for distribution, and we're actually starting to approach full. Once the thing's full, we can definitely set off to Vulcanus. Where if we're going with the move the front end forward bit, that shouldn't be too bad. It should be fairly easy to do. Let's do a copy of that portion and just grab and move. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit farther. We don't need that turret. Don't need that turret. Just grab and move everything up from there, and everything below there will run the previous pattern. You know, don't know how far up that way we can shove it. We'll shove it as far up as we can. I'm going to make space for foundries and stuff. Yeah, waiting for bullets to arrive. That's still a lot of loads, because that's 50 a load. We need to move up 900 of them, so that's 19 loads, plus a load of laser turrets. So it's about 20 loads to go up there and have this thing ready to move. The Vault Vessel, which is what we're flying on right now, is en route to Novice to drop off the cryogenic science. There we go. Just ordered to throw that overboard because you're not going to need that where you're going, and you're not dropping right now because we're not doing the science, but we're about to do that science, so we're going to want to be having it overboard. Arrived at Novice, so go ahead and just drop all the cryogenic, and then we'll swap the cryogenic, or swap to cryogenic. And the science per minute starts to tick down, but that's because we're waiting for the new science to be delivered. Yeah, well, that wasn't quite according to plan. That'll be easy enough to get working again. It's just... Oops. It's an oops. And yeah, this one... Well, I say we... I think we worked out this one... Well, it depends on how we're flying it, I suppose. Depending on how we fly this one, this other has plenty of rockets or doesn't have enough. Which is fair. The fact that we've got no rockets on the side and the back probably means it is probably enough rockets production. Because the belt's basically full and we're not doing anything at this point. That modifier being right where the tip of the rocket is confusing. Looks like the rocket's loaded with something when it isn't. Oh, and now we're out of ammonia. Making ammonia. Oh no, we never worked up plumbing over there. Bob Fizzle request plumbing. Request like 1 rocket load of plumbing, please. So we can go fix the plumbing on Aquilo. Railguns, I think, are making some progress again. Yeah. They're not going to be particularly fast, but we just dropped to another 1,000. So it's going to need another delivery where the railguns will be enough. And we do, I think, for this need a row of functioning... Well, maybe not a whole row, but we need some functioning railguns up front. To make the trip from Aquilo to the Solar Edge. And large dangerous asteroids into stuff along the way. It does say that probably doesn't necessarily need to get turned into stuff, but we need the capacity to at least blow them up. Actually, let's... we don't need to pick this up from here. We can pick this up from Vulcanus. Take us over to Vulcanus. Because right now Novice is suffering from a fuel shortage. From back to back to back to back to back to back to back, as many times as you want to say back, launches. So, yeah, we don't quite have enough rocket fuel. There goes an round of bullets up. Yeah, 2/3 of the way to Vulcanus. We only got one thing to pick up, so it should pick up and be ready to go fairly quickly. Stop the Vulcanus. We should be receiving what we want fairly quickly, because all the launchers should be ready, yeah. So the main thing that's going to delay us is that we're requesting 3 stacks, so it's 3 launches, but the bots have to do all the delivery simultaneously, so we need 50 things. The bots carry 4 each, plus 500, plus 250, so basically 800 things delivered to the launching sites. It's about 200 robot flights. That's what's taking the time here. Okay. Yeah, 19 undergrounds required on Quillo. We're going to bring 50, which is more than enough. And then as far as the science on Aquila is going, yeah, we are getting that loaded over. So I don't think that's the delay. Yeah, it looks like the delay is Glove and Science again, which makes sense. No, maybe it is the Aquila Sciences. Maybe the fact that those are out of sync. Yeah, that belt's broken. That would do it. Broken belts break things. Ah, but it was broken for a reason. Actually, no. Can't do that. Oh, this whole component's just broken. That makes some sense. Yeah, okay. You're a functioning one, yes. Do I have... That one works. That one works. Okay, so we're just gonna nick the full set, I think, yeah. The full bit that we know that is working. Just force some conformity on here. The last one looks like it works, so we're not going to futz with that one. Because we went an odd number. Of course we do. Make it too easy if I didn't have confusion everywhere. But yeah, railgun's running, research-wise. Have you received your flights? Yes. Willow. Can you... At some point I just gotta assume we got enough bullets. And that's probably enough bullets. Let's stop requesting bullets. Let's assume that's enough bullets. That might be a mistake, but we'll learn the hard way. We do still want to receive that load of laser turrets, which should be available as soon as we get an actual launch on Novice. Here we go. And deliveries begin. In fact, apparently that's a delivery. Sending a damaged laser turret up that. We can work with that. It's almost time to try out this thing's engine. There we go, laser turrets are up. That'll provide us some fallback in case the bullets start to run bad. The Vulcan as it goes. Hit the accelerator. All 7 engines burn. This is apparently a slightly lighter ship than the Bomb Fizzle, but this also doesn't have any onboard ammunition production. Or any of the rocket turrets out front. Yeah, well, moving it looks fine. It's functional. It doesn't actually go quite as fast as the other one, even though it's a lighter ship, apparently. We arrived at Vulcanus. Okay, we'll let the was-moving array of asteroids clear. And then we'll think about moving the whole front end forward. In fact, we can start receiving launches in preparation for moving the front end forward. Even before we have it ready. Say, grab another 500 space platform from Vulcanus, please. Immediately queues up 5 launches? 4 launches. I think that's 4 launches queued up. Oh, I only have 4 launchers on Vulcanus. It's only Novice does 5. So these ones are probably a little bit more likely to stay running. We're back to not enough ammonia consumption. So we're not making enough water. If we're not making enough water, we don't have enough power to drink. as you do. And that's set up, and we're now consuming ammonia to make fusion power cells. That doesn't look fun to make. 250 quantum processors? Oof. And this doesn't make heat, it just makes power. Right. Only makes power, makes no heat. Which means I can't use it to heat Aquilo. If I could use it to heat Aquilo, I would definitely be on board with using some more of that. We're gonna put it the right way around. No, that makes sense. I had no out for the fusion power cell. Yeah. If we were to copy the front end, how far forward is it going to let me place this? There? Oh, that's how far it lets me shift up. I can push it a little bit farther, apparently. Or maybe not. Yeah, it only lets me take the screen up that far. Then initially, to get this functioning, we're going to need something to come up. I didn't line it up correctly. Not line it up correctly. Okay. Like that. And then we do need to get the... Well, that connection we can clean up a little bit by just running it horizontal. But then we're going to need some on both sides just to get the return bullets, at least initially. Because yeah, you can see we do have rocks coming in. And the ammo turret should be able to handle it. Okay, I think we're ready to do the delete replace. Actually, no, we do probably want to do that. Just do it out a little bit farther. There we go. So we're seeing the front end built, and we are building a lot faster here because we definitely have a lot more launch capacity on Vulcanus. Okay. That, given definition of functional, should possibly be functional. And over here at Vulcanus, it should build a lot faster. We're going to want to fly it back to or back to Novice at some point, but for the moment it's here and it's working. We're waiting on for cryogenic. 3/4 of the way on the cryogenic. Still making railgun progress. We're not making railgun progress. What did I screw up on Willow? I'm not Willow, on Novice. Because there should be like 1,000. Well, there should be like 600 more. That science waiting for us. Okay, then we'll get all the way there. And we're actually out of Glebin right now. That's why it's not running. It's a little bit of Glebin. There's not a lot of Glebin. And maybe more importantly, there is Glebin in bits where we don't have what we need. Yeah, that's flowing, that's flowing. Okay, so I think we're just waiting a Glebin. We're actually, it's stopped because we're on a Glebin. Okay. Now, Glebin should be... In fact, Glebin is plausibly on the Hibiscus right now. Yeah, another 2,000 coming down the Hibiscus. I think it's actually technically the Habitascus, but pronunciation is not necessarily my strong suit with the dyslexia. Okay, we got bullets going out and divided. We just need a little bit more construction to get it coming back. 3 more launches of ship foundation, basically. And then the belts should solve themselves, I'm thinking. Pretty quickly in that launch window. Oops. Need to go through that hole as we have a problem. Same thing with that one through there. Probably coming up in the time when I should go ahead and finish. So, yeah, let me do the outro here. So if you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be a part up tomorrow. Because we're going to probably get around to recording another part of this by your tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is, I think, where the stream's going to go ahead and end. We got a little bit more to do on the ship, and then we need to obviously get the assembling components for making bullets on board, making rockets on board, and making railgun rounds on board. We're still working on researching what we need to actually do railguns, but I think we can get that done in the next stream, unless there's another pop-up stream like this. So I hope everyone has been enjoying, and until next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.